guys, I want to talk about what makes a good driving instructor. Let's go ahead and get it. Good driving instructors are patient. I'm a very patient person, and I want you to be successful. It is a process. And when you work hard to develop your skill set, you're going to be successful. You want to find a good driving school and a good instructor who understands you, who wants to teach you. You might want to interview them and tell them what makes things successful for you. Next, good instructors are nice. They don't yell at you when you make mistakes. We all make mistakes. We're all a little bit nervous, but you have to take your time. And when you take your time, you're going to be successful. Success comes through trial and error. When you make a mistake, it's not really a mistake. It's success that is leaking out. Next, good instructors give you advanced directions. They don't tell you make a left turn here, make a right turn here. They would say, at the next block, I want you to make a left turn. At the next street, I want you to make a right turn, so you understand what to do. My goal is to get 1,000 likes. Please help me reach this goal. They have conversation with you. We're not teaching children. We're teaching young adults, 17, 18, 19, and 20. When you're that age, you are about learning how to drive. You've paid your money, your caregivers paid your money. You want solid instruction. You want a lesson that's solid, impactful. You're going to learn how to parallel park. You're going to learn how to make positive hand-over-hand turns in, hand-over-hand turns out. You want preparation to pass the road test. And when you take the time to look at my content, because I'm a state certified instructor, I'm going to give you best practice because I care about my students. I want them to be successful. And when someone cares, they're going to try that little bit more. You can see it in their eyes. You can tell in their actions to help you. Next, good instructors don't yell, because when you yell at someone, they're going to shut down. They're not going to want to learn. I don't want to be yelled at. You don't want to be yelled at. Your mom and dad don't want to be yelled at. They show care, they show love, and they show consideration. This is bringing you value. Drop some hearts. Next, they are considerate. Maybe we had to pick you up from school, maybe from a job. Maybe your caregiver is working and you send a text, hey, could you pick me up from my job that's a couple miles away? I would be more than willing to. It's all about communication. Don't be scared to connect with your instructor. Tell them, hey, I want to drive 2 days a week, but on Wednesdays, I'm going to have to catch the bus. Is it possible you can come and pick me up? That will be greatly appreciated. It's all about communication. Next, they use visual demonstrations, Kahoot, Quizlet. I have a proprietary set of drills, test prep to help you pass the test. They share stories. I'm going to tell you a story. Yesterday, my students took their segment 2 test. I had 10 people only miss one question. As an instructor, our 3 days of test prep, that made me feel good that I had less than 4 kids who missed 2 or 3. This tells me that test prep is working and I continue to work hard. I want that to be you. Next, they're a fun teacher. I definitely have fun. I was talking to my students. I would ask them, how many hours do you need before you can take your test? Hey, I have 45. Hey, I have 51. Hey, I have 39. You need 50 hours. It depends on the state and the location that you're in order to meet your maximum hours. I'm trying to encourage you to subscribe. When you subscribe, you're going to get more inside information on how to pass your road test. We're going to have sessions on what is in the driver's ed car. We're going to have sessions to prepare you for that knowledge test. If you're 18, you're going to have to go to the DMV. You're going to have to do something called a TIP. A TIP is a temporary instruction permit. Then you take your test, you pay your $15 or $20 or $25, you take your test, you pass that test, then you can drive with someone 21 or older. I'm a state certified driving instructor, so you have to get that TIP, the temporary instruction permit, before you can drive with a certified instructor like myself. This is bringing you value. Drop a heart, drop a like, okay? Take and consider subscribing so when I go live, you get custom one-on-one content, right? That's important. They give you positive reinforcement. You will make mistakes. You might go too slow. Speed limit is 45. You might be driving 35. So instructors like myself, they will say, I need you to pick up. I need you to push the gas a little bit more. If this is bringing you value, share this with your friends, right? We want to grow. I want to help you. Next, they always remind you to do good things constantly. I always want to get better. I want to encourage you to get better. I'm going to tell you what you need to do so when you're done with me, you can practice with your mom. You can practice with your dad. You can practice with your older brother or sister. It's always a thank you, Frank. It's always about communicating to help your driver reach their goals of getting that permit, of getting your license. And it does take time. You've got to put in some work. Next, they tell you stories. They tell you stories about preparing you. We've driven up to the DMV. You have to go in, you have to wait in line, you have to take a vision test. You didn't know that, so I'm giving you a tip. You have to take a vision test. Then you take your 20-question or 24-question test. Usually takes 10 or 15 minutes. You pass that test. Then after you pass that test, they're going to write information, put your date of birth in, put your name, social security number. Then you got your TIP. Yay! Now you can drive with someone over 21. You can get your practice. That TIP is good for 30 days. Then you want to come to someone like me who's a certified road tester, driving instructor who can help you reach those goals. They always tell you how to fix your mistakes. No one is perfect out here. So you want to learn, how do I do parking? How do I make a good turn? You come up to the corner, you look. When the front of the car's even with the corner, you start turning hand over hand. If you turn too fast, you're going to go over the curb. That could be a potential failure. If you turn too wide or go too fast, the car will go out to the left lane. You will lose points. So you have to control your speed. You want to be under 10 miles an hour. See, I'm giving you another tip. And if this is bringing you value, subscribe. I want to grow. I want you to grow. I want you to learn. Let's continue. Next, they tell you how to fix your mistakes and how to figure out what you did wrong, because high quality teaching brings good results, brings you to, hey, I want to take my test. Can I have a lesson before I take my test? I want to make sure. No problem. They allow you to, they show you how to use your hands, to have your hands properly on the wheel. You want to have 9 and 3, 10 and 2, 7 and 5. If you overturn, you'll go short and go over the curb. If you underturn, the car won't steer as much, so that takes practice. Next, they make jokes and make you feel comfortable. I tell dad jokes. Why? Because I'm a dad. I can connect to you. You might treat me like your dad, your uncle, your older brother, because I relate to you and I show you real-life examples to help you pass that test. There's no awkward silence in the classroom, in the car. I'm high energy. I'm always giving you positivity and praise. I'm helping you live your best life. And we need more adults who are positive like that, okay? Next, in the classroom, we play games. So we do Kahoot. We do Quizlet. I give you and I help you understand how to answer the questions correctly. I let you talk to one another quietly because you need to be able to interact with your peers. And then if you have a question, you can come up and ask me, and I explain it to you. In the car, I allow you to listen to music quietly. In the classroom, we tell a lot of jokes and we keep it fun. We use diagrams and examples. If this brought you value, give it a thumbs up, drop a like, drop a heart, drop a diamond. I want to say thank you. Bye.